an accident. We are live on the scene with the latest information.
Increased cancer risk, how the nation's chief medical doctor wants to warn people who drink alcohol, and alcohol-free alternatives here in the Triangle.
Right now at 6 News Live, look at downtown Raleigh as we prepare for the weekend. Now, it's going to be cold with a wind chill in the teens. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens.
And I'm Deborah Morgan. After the cold wind comes through, some of us could see a wintry mix on Sunday. That's possible. We have team coverage to start your weekend. Meteorologist Mike Mays is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Mike, we should feel that wind once we step outside tonight.
Take a look at how the temperatures tumble tonight. And then when you combine that with the winds, you got the wind chill. By 11 o'clock, the wind chill 27. 1 a.m. is 24. The wind chill by 3 a.m. 21. 5 a.m. feeling like 19, and by 7 a.m. feeling like 18. Yeah, we got a frigid weekend ahead. Afternoon wind chills on Saturday could hover in the 30s. Then we have this system coming in. Now, all week we've been keeping an eye on this, waffling back and forth between just being rain and maybe some seeing a wintry mix. Well, now this is what the European model is saying. Sunday afternoon, there could be a little bit of light snow moving into southern Virginia. There's 7 o'clock. That moves on out, being replaced by some freezing rain, suggesting there could be some ice accrual across southern Virginia, but nothing really shows any of that locally here in the Triangle. By lunchtime on Monday, it's in the form of rain continuing to move out. But what's interesting, once the rain moves out and the cold air comes in, there's some leftover moisture. We could see this actually transition over to a period of maybe some light snow, something we have to watch at the end of this event. But as of right now, this is the current scenario. I'll have a brand new run of Futurecast tonight at 10 on Fox 50 and 11 on WRAL. That's high resolution. Perhaps giving us a better idea of what we can expect over the weekend.
All right, Mike, thank you. Duke Energy is preparing for any possible power outages we could see with this, and the DOT is getting ready to treat roads if necessary. WRAL's Monica Casey is live in Durham to show us what crews are doing in the name of safety. Monica?
Gerald, NCDOT tells me they're watching in particular the 85 corridor and farther north and west near Roxborough. We also know Durham drivers will need to be aware of that commute, especially as they travel the Durham freeway here.
We won't be making snowmen or skiing here in the Triangle. The weather impacts we could get are a lot less fun. Messy roads and power outages. Jeff Brooks with Duke Energy tells me it only takes about 1/4 of an inch of ice for downed tree limbs. That means self-healing technology could be in play.
It looks for ways to reroute power around a problem so that fewer customers are impacted. Now, we've seen more than half the benefits of this technology occur during major storms.
Brooks says winter weather brings a lot of unpredictability.
We unfortunately see in icy conditions cars that sometimes hit a utility pole, and that can cause a power outage that wasn't there before because of Mother Nature.
Since the storm will have statewide impacts, Duke Energy crews are staging all over, ready to roll into action.
So we could see this forecast evolve over the next 24 to 48 hours. So it is something that we're watching very closely for potential outage impacts.
NCDOT officials are also keeping an eye on the weather, with certain counties more at risk for impacts.
As you go further north and west, often that's where we see our most winter precipitation. And so we change our approach as we have different conditions.
A messy Monday morning drive could mean sleeping in is the safest bet.
If you don't need to be out there, it's a good time not to be out there. Let the crews come out and take care of it and restore safe mobility to everybody.
Now take a look at this. NCDOT has an interactive map where you can check the road conditions yourself. You can see all of the lines here in Durham are green right now. We will have a link to this over on our website, WRAL.com, so that you can check on that whenever you need to. Live in Durham, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
And some parts of North Carolina are seeing snow right now. This is a live look at Black Mountain. You can see some of the flakes covering the tops of the cars there. Sticking just a little bit. Count on WRAL to keep you updated as this system moves through. When we are not in a newscast, you can always watch WRAL News Plus for coverage and see multiple updates posted throughout the day on WRAL.com and the WRAL News app.
And in the WRAL Live Center, we continue to follow that breaking news out of Moore County. A woman shot to death at a home today. This is all happening in the 300 block of Longleaf Drive of Seven Lakes. If you actually look very closely, this is a isolated wooded area where this shooting took place. That's where we find Sean Gallagher. And Sean, investigators tell you that this is an accident at this point.
Aaron, at this point, that's what law enforcement is saying they're investigating this as. The Moore County Sheriff tells me that a woman in her 40s was accidentally shot by a man inside of her house, another man in his 40s. Law enforcement tells me that they do have a relationship, but would not clarify what exactly that relationship is. Now, I want to give you a look here behind me. This is as close as we can get to the scene. This is a gated community. All of these vehicles that are coming in here now need to have some sort of pass or something to be able to get inside. Residents only allowed inside. But this is what it looked like a little earlier today from up above. Sky 5 capturing these pictures of the Moore County Sheriff's Office outside of this home just before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. First responders trying to save the woman on scene, but I'm told that she died inside of that house. Now, investigators could be seen outside of the home, and nearly a dozen law enforcement vehicles were on scene that could be seen from up above. And within the last half hour or so, the West End Fire Department has confirmed with me that the man involved in this incident is a volunteer firefighter with their department. He's been with them for a little bit under a year, but at this point he has not been arrested or charged with anything, so we will not be naming him. But this is an active and ongoing investigation. We'll have updates in at least an hour and tonight on the news as well. But for now, Moore County, Sean Gallagher, WRAL News.
Thank you, Sean. According to Reuters news agency, the FBI is warning of possible copycat attacks similar to what happened in New Orleans. Today, we looked at how authorities plan to keep people safe here in Raleigh. Next weekend, hundreds of people will gather at the state capitol for the governor's inauguration. Multiple agencies are planning the security. Retired Wake County Sheriff Donnie Harrison spoke to WRAL about what it takes to secure a large outdoor area and what people can expect to see after what happened in New Orleans.
So they'll be blocking streets, and they'll have barriers set up. These are new barriers. These are something that didn't have when I was sheriff. It's steel barriers, meridian barriers is what they're called. They'll be put up. What it is, it stops a car from going through.
The Highway Patrol will lead the security preparations for the inauguration, but told WRAL they can't discuss their plans for safety reasons. Charlotte-Mecklenburg police are stepping up security ahead of tonight's college bowl game. They released a statement saying, "We ask everyone attending to trust their instincts and report any potential suspicious activity. We're committed to the safety of everyone attending Friday's game." The Duke's Mayo football game between Minnesota and Virginia Tech starts at 7:30.
A frustrating reality for police. A crime happens almost every day, and it's entirely preventable. Guns stolen from cars. Just in Durham, the latest numbers from police show the number of stolen firearms has gone up every year since 2019. This year, more than 70% of those were taken right from vehicles. Police tell WRAL Investigate Sarah Kruger who is taking those guns and what crimes they commit next are a major concern.
From residential streets to dense parking lots, these present crimes of opportunity for someone to steal a gun from a car, an opportunity police hope you won't give them.
We're seeing a lot of people just leave these guns in their vehicles, just careless and reckless, just leave them in their vehicles.
The latest numbers Durham police gave to us, which go through August 3rd of 2024, show 317 guns stolen in the city by that point. That's an average of more than one a day. 71% of those were taken from cars, often ones that were unlocked. Numbers from Raleigh police show they're dealing with the issue too, though not quite to the extent in Durham, with 474 guns stolen in the city as of early December, about 60% of those from cars. Police say people will sometimes leave their guns in the center console or in the glove compartment and think that's enough. It's not visible, but think again.
That's definitely not enough. It takes within seconds for a criminal to be able to bust your window, go in your rummage through your vehicle and steal that firearm.
Corporal Matrice Henderson, who oversees the Southside Property Crimes Unit, says oftentimes it's juveniles who steal the guns and go on to commit even more serious crimes using them.
The outcome after you steal that gun, what is that criminal, that suspect going to do? We're seeing that a lot of these things are being used in armed robberies or aggravated assaults.
This new year, police are hopeful that people will heed the warnings and store their guns in a safe place, not their cars. Sarah Kruger, WRAL News, Durham.
The head of the Wake County Board of Commissioners is stepping down. Matt Calabria confirmed to WRAL he'll be taking a position with Governor Stein's administration. We're expecting to learn more about his role on Monday.
Tonight, the girls' basketball team at Cedar Ridge High School will honor a former player killed in a shooting. 16-year-old Zakira Wardlow was found dead early Monday morning in Hillsborough. She attended Cedar Ridge last school year and played for the team. Her former teammates will honor her before their game tonight at 6:45 against Southern Alamance. Some sad news tonight to share about Ripken, the beloved black lab many sports fans have come to know and love.
A lot of us here at WRAL have been talking about this, and many other people around the area. His owners Michael and Melissa O'Donnell posted a message on Instagram this afternoon saying Ripken died New Year's Day after suffering from complications of a serious yet undiagnosed medical condition. You may remember Ripken picking up the kicking tee at NC State football games or the bats from home plate at Durham Bulls games. His last official act was picking up the tee at the Carolina Panthers game on December 22nd. The Panthers went on to win that game. Ripken will be sorely missed. I did speak with Ripken's owners. They wanted to thank everyone for their kind words and for loving this dog as if he were their own. They are planning on something in the form of a tribute for him in the near future. And if you follow their Facebook page, you'll know what that is.
That wagging tail. And he's a good luck charm, too, for our team. So he will be missed. The possible connection to cancer from a cocktail coming up. Why the U.S. Surgeon General wants to add a new warning on alcohol labels about what it can do to your body.
Tonight, new details about the attacker in that deadly terrorist attack in New Orleans, what was found in his apartment, plus the Surgeon General's new call to toughen cancer warnings on alcohol on Nightly News.
A congresswoman is in recovery tonight after taking a fall at the Capitol building. Right here, this is Congresswoman Virginia Fox. She's 81 years old, and she represents the northwestern part of our state. You can see her receiving some treatment at the Capitol building. It looks like she suffered a pretty bloody nose. All this happened just shortly after the re-election of Mike Johnson to the Speaker of the House position. It's unclear if she suffered any other serious injuries, but according to her X account, she thanks everyone for their prayers, and she says, "I'm a mountain woman, and we're tougher than a $2 steak."
She is tough, all right. All right, thank you, Aaron. Well, Friday night is here, and before you kick back with a cocktail, you'll want to hear this. The Surgeon General has a new warning about alcohol's connection to cancer.
He wants new warning labels to make it clear what's in the can or the bottle can have serious health consequences. WRAL's Destiny Patterson explains how your drink comes with a risk.
Federal health officials say that not enough Americans associate alcohol with cancer risk. That's why the U.S. Surgeon General wants to slap on a warning label to bring more awareness.
Most people that are thinking about alcohol may think about liver cirrhosis, or they may think about alcoholism itself.
But oncologist Dr. Nicholas DeVito says cancer risks have been overlooked.
It shouldn't be taken as like a finger waving or anything like that. It's really to say, you're taking a known risk.
DHHS says drinking alcohol is associated with 7 types of cancer, including breast, esophagus, liver, and throat cancer. In fact, more than 16% of breast cancer cases are attributed to alcohol consumption. Health risks have contributed to trends like dry January and mindful drinking in younger generations.
This might look like a cocktail, but it's actually a mocktail, and you'll probably see more and more of these at your local bars as the industry adapts.
10 years ago, you had maybe 1 or 2 non-alcoholic beers.
Now places like Tap Yard Raleigh tend to have more than just liquor behind the bar. Michael Collins has watched it change a lot.
Because I do have a new mocktail tiki drink.
These non-alcoholic blends offer another option, regardless of why someone chooses not to drink. Destiny Patterson, WRAL News, Raleigh.
And that brings us to today's live poll. We are asking people, how concerned are you about alcohol causing cancer? Share your voice right now by scanning the QR code on your screen or go to WRAL.com/yourvoice.
The longest serving mayor of Durham will be immortalized with a street named after him. Bill Bell was honored today on his 84th birthday. He was mayor of Durham from 2001 until 2017 after serving 26 years on the county commission. Bell is credited with revitalizing Durham's downtown and spearheading the development of the popular Durham Performing Arts Center. The street in front of that building now bears his name.
And having DPAC and having the effect that it has had on the city and everything, and to see that all that hard work, because it was a lot of hard work, to see that people really appreciate and valued him, and to have him honored while he's alive.
He was quite a popular mayor. City Council's vote to rename Vivian Street as William V. Bill Bell Way was unanimous.
A lot of people just referred to him as his honor for years and years and years. Congratulations.
Definitely.
I'm here with Mike. We've got some rain going through the area, making way for some cold air.
Yeah, it's a front that's producing these sprinkles, spotty light rain, and once it moves on by, the winds are really going to kick up this evening, perhaps gusting up to 30 miles per hour. The cold air pours in, and tomorrow, completely different. We have 52 at RDU today, tomorrow only about 41. 47 right now, the dew point's 20. Again, the winds will be picking up, feeling like the 20s as we head through the latter part of the evening, teens by daybreak, and hour by hour it's 38 at 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock 36, and by 6 a.m. 25. If you're going to be out late tonight, dress appropriately. Far colder than what we have felt through the day today, and that wind will really have a bite to it. So let's talk about the weekend. Tomorrow is completely dry. We got plenty of sunshine. We got cold air. Sunday, this is a high resolution model that goes out to about 11 o'clock Sunday night, giving us an idea what the high resolution models think about what's coming this weekend. Both the European model and this high resolution model showing a lobe of moisture across southern Virginia, maybe in the form of sleet, maybe some spotty snow. There's 3 o'clock. Notice not much else going on across our part of North Carolina. And by 6 o'clock, very little left up to the north. We see some sprinkles, spotty light rain, maybe an ice pellet as we head into the evening locally. And then by 11 o'clock, very little going on. And then there's the band of rain off to the west that comes in during the day on Monday. The question is, will there be a filling in of the precipitation across southern Virginia? 10 o'clock on Fox 50, 11 o'clock in WRAL. I'll have a new version of this model. It goes farther out into the future. We'll see if this fills in with freezing rain, because the European model is emphatic now that that area would see freezing rain. So if you're watching from South Hill, Boydton, all across southern Virginia, there could be some ice accrual late Sunday night and Monday morning. This is the timestamp for Monday morning at 7 a.m. The rest of the area could see some rain starting in the morning, but more likely during the afternoon. The America model, nothing frozen. There may be at the onset tomorrow, or I should say Sunday afternoon and Sunday night, something frozen there, but in the morning on Monday it has nothing frozen, and then during the duration of the event it does not. Interesting to note though, the European model at the end of the event from 6 o'clock Monday through about 11 o'clock, there's another lobe of moisture passing on through that could be in the form of snow. That's something we'll have to watch out for. Of course, over the weekend, Anthony and Chris will have new high resolution model data to give a better idea of what to watch for. It would be Sunday night and the first part of the day on Monday. Lows tonight in the 20s. Temperatures will be tumbling. It's a cold day for your Saturday, breezy as well. Upper 30s to the north, 44 in Fayetteville, 41 here in Raleigh. 7-day forecast filled with a lot of cold air. You know, the ski resorts up in the mountains loving the cold air, making a lot of snow, getting snow from Mother Nature. 51 on Monday with rain, and then a lot of cold air next week, and really no definitive signs of a big snow event coming. Yeah, that little piddly wintry mix possible, but no snow locally.
Now, the winter is just getting started, though. Thanks, Mike.
Well, if you don't have anything to play for, you might as well play spoiler, right, Chris?
Yeah, Bryce Young has a new fun nickname. They call him the Carolina Reaper, and he has one more shot to ruin somebody's season. We're going to preview the Panthers at the Falcons. Plus, the Tom Suter Extra Effort Award is back in 2025. WRAL's Luis Fernandez introduces us to Ethan Rich. His story is next in sports. Panthers fans have an affectionate nickname for Bryce Young these days, the Carolina Reaper. Since being inserted back in the starting lineup, his wins have cost an opposing coach his job, Daniel Jones being benched and his Giants exit, and they have knocked the Cardinals out of the playoffs. Sunday, in the Panthers' final game of the season, they have a chance to play spoiler for the Falcons, who need to win to make the playoffs themselves.
We know that the Falcons have a lot to play for. I know that's going to call to be for us to be at our best, because they're certainly going to go out there. They're certainly going to fight for everything, and as long as they can. So I want to make sure that we have a strong enough group out there, with Bryce to be able to finish this game the right way.
I absolutely love this time of the week. Luis Fernandez introduces us to this week's Tom Suter Extra Effort Award winner. Ethan Rich loves to run, loves the pain of pushing himself to his limits and the success that comes after it.
Western Harnet Jr. Ethan Rich runs. He runs a lot. His brother Benjamin says it started following their dad.
He was an ultra runner for the longest time, doing 100 miles. He's a little old for that now.
Like, I just had an urge to run one day, and it was just random, and I just started running every single day, and from then on, I just kept it going.
He's run right through the record books, breaking a school record in the 5K and claiming a state championship in cross country in 2024.
Once you push yourself through mass amounts of pain and you get done with it, it's so satisfying to feel that accomplishment.
He analyzes each race, each day of preparation with a scientific mind. You see it in the classroom where he has a 4.4 GPA.
The adults around are just kind of getting him to where he needs to go, giving him a little bit of motivation. But Ethan really is someone who just really can do it on his own.
To his family, his teammates, and his community, he's an example of dedication. He was honored by the Harnett County School Board in December.
Seeing him run 50 miles a week and running how fast he does inspires me to do the same thing, or at least push myself to get that far.
How far can Ethan go? He takes it one step at a time.
I may quit, but I'm not going to quit yet. So it's many steps along these longer races that just help me get to the finish.
And that's why Ethan Rich is this week's winner of the Tom Suter Extra Effort Award.
Absolutely love these stories. And you guys were talking about during the story, there's probably a movie I think he would like, maybe that came out about 12 years before he was born.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know
More
if he
than
knows
that.
Forrest Gump, but he sure acts like him.
Just felt like running.
That was
Thanks,
awesome.
Chris.
Good for that.
Thank you for joining us. We're minutes away from NBC Nightly News. Tonight, the signs of resilience on Bourbon Street as New Orleans honors those who died in this week's terrorist attack.
And today, the Surgeon General said alcoholic drinks should carry cancer warnings on the label. Tonight, we look at the data and talk to someone from the UNC Cancer Center. Join us for that conversation just ahead on WRAL News at 7.